So, welcome to the new video. In this video, we're going to be discussing about unique and not null keyword, and we're going to be building a web that allows us to track all the countries that you've been to. If you wanted to know how many countries you've been to and which countries they are, you can get these sketchable world maps and you can put on your wall where you sketch off each country as you visit. But in our case, we're gonna be use technology to build this. This is an application. Let's hide this, which is something look like this, which is an application where we can enter a country that we've been to. The great thing about this application is it's backed by our powerful Postgres database. We can enter some data into our database remotely, some countries, and our front end will know which countries they are and display them in this beautiful way of visualizing the countries we've been to. Here, India, US, and Australia, and Japan. So first thing first, I want you to create a table named visited countries in Postgres. I'll just go ahead and create one. Uh, Follow with me. Go over here and go to the world one. Here, this is the database where I'm gonna create. Just go. Here's the visited countries table, and I've already created one, and I'll show you how did I create it. Hmm, visited countries, create, right? Create visited countries. Here. This is the syntax or the schema to create the country. Here you can see there are total two columns here. Look, those will look like this. And first one is ID, which is serial, and that one is the primary key. And the second one is a little bit unique one, which is character 2. We're going to be using ISO code, and which is not null and unique. Here not null is gonna make sure with the at when with the data is entered by the user is not going to be the null, and the unique value cannot be repeated in the table. No other value stored can be the same. Basically, it avoids the duplication. And next thing I want you to do is to insert the data into the visited countries. To do that, we're gonna be insert data into the table like this. Insert into I mean visited countries and values. Here, actually, I've entered this data manually, and I told you how to add data into the countries manually, how to enter the fields manually. Oh my! So this is where we're gonna add data, which is something like here. Press add row and enter the data you wanted to add. That is, I'm gonna give AK. I don't know which country ISO code it is. I'm just giving it randomly and press OK. And if I save, and that will insert into the table. That's it. That's how you add data manually into the table. So I hope you understand how to do that. So that's it. That's how we add. So and it automatically generates the ID. It will be unique because it's primary. Unless you press save button, it's not gonna be persisted. Now that I have created my table manually, and hopefully you'd have done too. Now we got some data in our visited countries table. We can now use it inside our application. So let's go to the Visual Studio. This is where we're gonna write our code in the index.js. So first thing first, we got to change the location to the current directory to travel tracker like this and hit enter. And here you can see package JSON has been already initialized. So that we gotta do is to install all the node modules by pressing npm I. This will install the node modules that is necessary. Those were necessary to run. So everything is done. Let me show you. Let me show you index.ejs so that you'll understand what the front end is about. Let's go to the view and see the index.ejs. Here you can see there's a bunch of code which is canvas. Because of this, we've been able to view the data. Like this. I'll just minimize it. So first thing first, I wanted to show you what is the solution we are aiming for in this video. That is nodemon solution 1.js. Nodemon solution dot 1.js. Okay, it's running successfully. Let's go. Okay, this is the output we are aiming for. There were total 7 countries in the Postgres database, so that's why those were filled or scratched beautifully on on the map. So here there's an option there we can enter. I'm gonna enter the country name. I don't even know the country names, so I'll give China. China. So here you go. It is showing an error because we haven't given the functionality to post new data into the table. So that is why. Let's go over here, and that's what we're aiming to do in this video. And here you go. You can see script data. When EJS templating, it's inserting a template string. So you're getting a string here and not EJ. It's not JS code or JS array as we would expect. So we're treating it as a string, and there's a string method called split, which allows us to split each of the item by the comma. So we're gonna end up with our array in the JS again, so we can recreate essentially. I want you to think about logging what you are getting back from the Postgres. It's quite difficult, and hopefully you realize that a lot of the programming is just about pursuing through difficulties, and the harder the challenge, the more reward you'll feel at the end. So that's it. And we are rendering, templating the data like total and countries. So we are aiming for these things from now. Let's save and go to the index.js. So first thing first, I gotta import pg package. Import pg from pg and save. Next thing I gotta do is to create database. Constant database equal to new pg dot client, and user is gonna be Postgres, and host is gonna be localhost, and database is gonna be world1. My bad. Database is gonna be world1, and password is Ajay1234, and port will be 54321. 5432, my bad. And I'll connect this to this, database. db.connect. This will connect. So next thing we got to is to, I mean, get the home page or template the home page. To do that, we're going to use get method, that is app.get. This will lead to the home page, and next one is async, which is a callback result, and constant result equal to await. Oh my, Jed. Looks like I've encountered an error. Await db dot query, which is select country COUN to our country code from, I mean, from visited countries. So guess this will do. This will return the all the rows from the table. I mean country code column rows, and which is in the format of objects. I mean JS objects in an array of results. So let's create countries array COUNTRI. Yes. So this is a countries array, and I'm gonna add each country's code into this array. To do that, I'm gonna retrieve result dot rows dot for each country UNTRY country, and countries dot push the dot country code. Guess this will do. And only I want the user to see the countries, I mean country codes dot log result dot rows. So, and finally I'm gonna render the in home page, I mean index.ejs, index.ejs to the home page, and I'm gonna send data of countries, and total will be countries total length, and I'm gonna end the session that is of bb.end. Guess this will do. So let's stop the server and enter the index.js. So let's go. So this is working fine. So just as I have envisioned, let's see ISO code of China. that is CN. So I'll enter the data into the manually into this table. Mm, what the hell? Sorry, I'm just too excited. That's why. So let's add CN CN. Okay, and press this one. Save changes and added, and there were totals 8 countries. And I'll remove it. Leave. Okay, let's go to the over here and this is the travel tracker and I'll refresh it. Unfortunately that isn't working. Oh my, looks like we encountered an error which is saying client was not closed, and I'll say again. Okay, now let's go over there. And here you go. China has been, what is called scratched as well. So we successfully finished our first task or the part 1. In the next video, we're gonna be insert the data, and that's gonna be the part 2. I mean travel tracker part 2. And I'll see you in the next video. We're gonna explore more and more excited things. And I spend so much time to learn this. So that's it for today. I'll see you in the next video.